Okay guys, hello. For the first time yesterday, I played Apex Legends. Now, I'm not really into Battle Royale games. They all seem pretty samey to me. Like, I've played games of PUBG, Fortnite, CoD Blackout and Warzone, and the most of my Battle Royale time I've spent in Battlefield Firestorm, which has been my favourite of all the ones that I've tried, until now. So, booting it up for the first time yesterday, I felt like this feels a bit different, so I thought I wanted to do a very quick video that is my top 5 favourite things as a new Apex player compared to other Battle Royale games. So first thing first is that the gunplay is brilliant. The gunplay feels very sort of just better than any other Battle Royale game I have played before. Even in Call of Duty and Battlefield, who are known for having good gunplay, it just feels like that Respawn, who of course developed Titanfall and Titanfall 2, have taken the best elements of Titanfall, which for me were always the gunplay, and just made it into a Battle Royale open world kind of shooter. Now, I've really enjoyed my time playing with the different guns, mostly these sniper rifles that you can see I'm using in this clip here, or the bolt action rifles. The single shots seem to be the most effective for me personally. I've very much enjoyed using the SMGs, the assault rifles, even the energy weapons. It all feels very unique, but still, like, anybody can pick it up and use any of these weapons. I feel like Apex has nailed weapons, but when it comes to games like Fortnite, it feels like it doesn't matter what weapon you have, it all just feels the same. And it wasn't for me in that aspect. Even Call of Duty and Battlefield feels like the variety just isn't quite there in those super high money, big blockbuster versions of this game. So yes, I'm a massive fan of the guns in Apex Legends, and as you can see, I got my very first win there, which I got yesterday. I think it was only my 6th game, so I was really happy to get a first win and become the champion, apparently is what they're called in Apex. So the next point I want to make is the character variety. Now, all the characters feel and play very differently, not just down to their abilities and their ults either, but we're going to have a quick look at what they look like. Just some of the differences in terms of the usage that you can make, whether it be Bloodhound, who has been the one I've used the most, or Gibraltar, who's been the one I've probably tackled second most. Just when it comes to defensive, escape, mobility, or just all-out warfare, there have been so many different great aspects of these, and even 10 characters that are still locked. Look how cool the Revenant looks. I think I'm trying to get that one. But the characters actually feel very unique and different, which is something that, again, other Battle Royale games haven't got down. It feels like when you play another Battle Royale, it's just, you're just a guy. You're not anyone specific. You don't have anything extra powerful. I think that it was Call of Duty who tried to use different, I can't remember what they called them, specializations, but it doesn't feel as though they make big differences, unlike in Apex, where it actually feels like playing a different character matters. Choosing your characters carefully is important. On to the next point then is the multiple maps. So, pretty unique to a Battle Royale game is multiple different maps that you can choose. There are actually 3 in Apex: Olympus, Kings Canyon, and the World's Edge. It's very unique for a Battle Royale game to not focus on one map, but actually build 3 of those maps. My most experience has been on Olympus. I'm not sure if I've even played all 3 of them, but they all feel very different from at the very least the 2 different ones that I have played. This, for me, separates it from other Battle Royale games, from actually using more than one map, just as simple as that. It gets really boring when you're playing Call of Duty Blackout. Like, as big as these massive maps are, to constantly just be on the same one does get a little bit tiresome, even just mentally, knowing that you could go to a different part of the map that you haven't seen before, but ultimately it's still the same map, and eventually you will converge on a point you've probably been to before, which isn't a huge problem, but I think it is a problem with my replayability value when it comes to Battle Royales. And when it comes to Apex, using 3 different maps is extremely helpful for that and trying to get me to stay on board. Now, enemies don't feel like bullet sponges despite having armor. So one of the things that I've noticed the most is that there are multiple levels of armor. I think it goes up to level 3. But when you're actually shooting down these enemies, yes, they take a few more, but nothing like when you're in a game of Call of Duty or Fortnite specifically, where it just feels like you're peppering in full clips into people trying to get them to go down. You have to like hit them perfectly in the head 15 times or something to actually knock all the armor and upgrades off of them. But in Apex, it feels like it gives you a really nice little boost, but nothing major, nothing that really like changes the huge dynamic of playing Apex and makes it really unfair. You'll see a very good example right here of someone with armor who I didn't have to like absolutely pepper. See my teammate there just hit a couple of shotgun shots after a couple of my rounds went in a punch, and she went down. Which is really nice to see that we are moving away from the sort of typical, like I say, bullet sponges, and they just absorb all the damage. And my final point is I just want to talk about the map design. Now, when you're talking about traditional multiplayer games like your Call of Duty and Battlefields, which I keep harking back to, the map design is always a very crucial part. And one thing I actually feel that Call of Duty, in terms of the Battle Royale aspect, has gotten wrong, is that every area feels like its own multiplayer map that could just be put into Call of Duty and just played in a multiplayer team deathmatch. Whereas in Apex, it all feels like it's one big interconnecting world. Despite all the separate environments and different places that you can go, it actually feels as though they've tried to make a grander scale map rather than a bunch of individual maps accompanied by one overarching area, which I think they've done really, really well. And I'm really enjoying my time with Apex at the moment, and I'll definitely still be playing and trying more things out, and hopefully you'll see more Apex stuff from me in the future. Thank you very much for watching, guys.